Hi, everybody. I'll keep it quick because David Hogg's been waiting like 2.5 hours, and I'm pretty sure that guy has more important stuff to do than listen to all of us. It'll be pretty hard following former Senator Jones, but I'll do my best. I want to start, by we have a lot of Hollywood folks on this call, and I want to emphasize Hollywood is an industry like any other, and I think sometimes our problems help reflect the world. Something that I've heard a lot as a white man in Hollywood is that I didn't get such and such an opportunity because they couldn't hire a white man. That's something that you hear now quite often. And when I'm told that, I tell the person, first of all, who told me that to fuck off because that's racist and it's a lie when they tell you that. It's designed to divide people. But more importantly, the reason I tell them to fuck off is because I know that everybody else who is maybe being considered for that opportunity is the sort of person who just a little while ago would have not been considered for that opportunity because they were not a white man, except no one would have ever told them that to their face, right? Or they wouldn't even had a chance to go into the room and audition, or maybe they wouldn't even made it to Los Angeles, right? When people tell you that, they are expressing the fact that there's been a change in this country where, for once in the entire history of this country, white men don't get every single opportunity. And that's something that I'm proud of. I'm proud to be part of our industry and our country at a time when that's the case. And you know why that is? It's because I have something called solidarity, because I care about everybody else and everybody else's problems, and I stand up for their issues as much as my own. And that is why I'm so grateful to be a part of this call, because it is so rare that white men are ever even identify ourselves, even call ourselves white men, even think of ourselves as white men. That means we don't have the opportunity to think of ourselves as being part of a group that can stand in solidarity with everybody else, with black women, with LGBT Americans, with every other group other than white men. Of course, there are LGBT white men. You know what I'm talking about. So I'm so happy to be a part of this. Solidarity is also really important to me because that's how we won the Writers Guild and SAG-AFTRA strikes last year. Was we stood shoulder to shoulder with each other and fought for our own issues and each other's issues, and that's what this election is all about as well. Because the reason I care so much about this election is because it is very important to the issues that I care about most. We only won that strike. Yes, we won it because of our combined strength, but we also won it because the administration was behind us, because they gave us support from the jump. And more importantly, they put people in positions of power behind the scenes that made it possible for working people to win the kind of victories that we did. Because of this administration, because we have a Democratic administration, we have a pro-labor National Labor Relations Board, so that when, the companies tried to fuck us and, take away our tree cover or, reduce our ability to go on strike, we could go to the government and say, we're going to prosecute them, and we knew we would have a friendly ear. And because there are friendly people, there are antitrust advocates at the FTC and at the Attorney General's office that are fighting against the gigantic monopolies that are destroying our industry. If you look at like what David Zaslav said a little while ago, oh, the big businesses just need to be able to do what they do and consolidate and buy each other. That destroys jobs, that destroys the industry. And right now we have people in power who are fighting against that, and we will not if we don't make the right decision come November. Now, something very important is that, and another reason I'm a really big fan of this event is there's been some reporting recently that some very wealthy business interests would really love the upcoming Harris administration to change some of those pro-labor policies, some of those anti-monopoly policies, and bring in some bigger business policies. And they're trying to make some big donations to try to make that happen. What is so cool about this event is that this is a small dollar donor event. And by raising a lot of money in this event, we can show that the voices of average white dudes matter more than the rich CEO white dudes up at the top who are trying to, who are just trying to keep everything for themselves, right? And so that is why I really ask you to smash that donate button as much as anybody else. But my most important call to action for you is that we are told so often in our political culture, and there's a risk of it happening in this event as well, that all that matters from us politically is our vote or our donation. All you can do to help with politics, you can vote and you can, hit the donate button. Hitting the donate vote button is very important. Voting is very important. Those are both mandatory, but those take away your agency. You are not you're not purely a transaction to be given to someone else's political party. You are a part of democracy itself. I really love that Senator Jones made this point. Democracy is us. That is what I learned when I was part of the strike, is that we made it happen together through beating feet, through walking back and forth on the pavement with signs. And so if you really want to have an effect this election, don't just donate, don't just vote, get the fuck out there and knock on some goddamn doors, especially if you live in Nevada, Arizona, Pennsylvania, any of those places, or an adjoining state. Get out there and actually do some work. That is, and not just for the presidential election, for your local races, go to your city council meetings. Participating in democracy is the most important thing you can possibly do. Of course, after you smash that donate button, and please do. Thank you so much.